Black Horse and a Cherry Tree by Katie Tunstall. Really nice rhythm with this song over here. It's going to sound something like this. Then she sings and she tells a story about the black horse and the cherry tree and the whole thing, and then she starts again. Now the cool thing about this song is the damping techniques, the B7 chord. There's a nice new chord at D6. But let's start at the top and take you through the basic chords for starters. We're starting with an E minor. Now I was playing it like that with fingers 2 and 3. You're more than welcome to play E minor with 1 and 2 as well. It's not an issue. So whichever combination you like, that's cool. B7, probably a new chord. Finger 1 must go to the 4th string, fret 1. Middle finger number 2 goes to your 2nd fret, 5th string. Then your ring finger goes to the 2nd fret as well, 3rd string, always counting from the bottom. And the pinky number 4 must go to the 2nd fret as well, 1st string. And you don't strum the top string, so it should sound like this. Now, on the PDF file that I sent along with this as well, under the chords is the basic strumming pattern. So you're going to learn to play this. Now I'm going to play it 2 ways, and I want you to listen to the 2. This is going to first of all now be the wrong way. Now rhythmically it sounds correct, but there's something missing. Listen to what it should sound like. So it needs the silent gaps, the silent pauses. And the trick there is that pinky that's busy tapping on the strings. Now when you want to get that silent gap, in other words, after you strum, step 1 is to relax the fingers there, which doesn't take care of the other strings, and then the pinky lies on the balance. So slow motion, up close, you're going to strum, relax, pinky, but at the same time. And you've got dead silence. Now on the rhythm pattern itself, it's going to start down and then dead silence. And you can see the pinky tapping in the corner there. Also notice I'm not using a pick for this one. I like strumming the song with fingers, but if you're a pick user for this one, I honestly don't mind. By all means, use a pick. Now you're going to start down, got the silent gap, down, up, silent gap again. So the pinky here, the pinky tapping at the top end of the screen is very, very important, because if you lose that pinky movement, you're going to have this. And that doesn't sound cool. Also be careful for accidentally putting the pinky too hard. So this, because that sounded terrible, be honest. Okay, and that means you've hit too hard with the pinky. So the trick over here is, maybe this angle will be a bit better, is as I relax the pressure, as I go from playing the chord to relaxing the chord, my pinky is just resting on the string, so there's no pressure. I'm also not releasing the fingers. So end result, you're starting here, and when you want the silent gap, you simply relax and pinky simultaneously. That's the technique. It's worthwhile technique. You can use it for lots of songs like Faith by George Michael and a whole lot of Ed Sheeran songs as well. So it's definitely a rhythm technique I'd encourage you to learn. Now, the strumming is largely in pairs, starting with a single note, and then comes the first pair, which is a down-up, followed by the next pair, which is up-down. Watch the arrow indication on the PDF file. Then there's a long pause on the and 1, and then you're going to have another up-down, and observe those silent gaps, followed by a single downstroke. Now at the end of that count on the 4 and are 2 very light faded arrows. If you want to put in an extra on the 4 and, you are welcome. But the basic rhythm, slow motion, should sound like this. Should sound like that. Okay, do you want to try and take it through with me just a little bit faster? We'll go for this speed. Let's try this together. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got that. Now that's the top line underneath the arrows, in other words, it's the E minor. And underneath the E minor is the B7. So you're going to change to the B7 we introduced at the beginning of the video. And you're going to play B7 for... Now you'll notice over there my pinky is preoccupied, so the pinky can't dampen anymore. So now we've got a problem. So there's no pinky to go across the strings. So what we do with this over here is we relax the pressure, like that. You can hear the second string still ringing. And what I do is I pull my hand gently down. You can see that movement that I'm trying to demonstrate now on the video screen. And as I relax, I pull my hand down literally by about 1 millimeter or 2, just enough to silence that second string. And it works really well. So slow motion. And then that's your down, down, up, up, down. And then in that second row on the PDF, you go back to E minor. And you can see now why I'm using fingers 2 and 3. To go from E minor to B7, your middle finger, finger number 2, didn't have to move. And when I go back to E minor, basically my ring finger jumps up and fingers 1 and 2 come off again. So if I were to play it the whole way through now, in other words, play the E minor, the first complete cycle, and the second time round, we do the B7 to E minor, and this is the sort of the guitar part that she falls in between before she sings a cappella. In other words, she sings without accompaniment. We're going to get something like this. And there you have it. Try it with me once, a bit slower. 1, 2, 3, 4, and... That's how it's going to work. Now when you go to the chorus, there's a D6, which looks like D. It's going to focus more to the left hand quickly. There's your normal D. I'm sure you're familiar with D. D6, simply lose the ring finger. Your chord will sound like this. There's D, is D6. And then C major 7 is basically C without the first finger. And then you're going to have a C7 as well in the second line, which is known as the dominant 7 for those who've got a bit of theory. That chord is slightly different, so pay attention to C major 7, which sounds like this, and C7 that sounds like this. Now the chorus, if you put the strumming with it, should sound something like this. So basically, your chords are paired off as well. And what I mean by paired off is you're using 2 chords pretty much the same way that B7 and E minor share that complex rhythm pattern you learned. You're going to now have E minor and D for the first cycle through, followed by D6 and C major 7 the second cycle. Second line will be E minor and D again, and then C7 going to E minor. On the fourth line, just watch it for the C7 when it says stop. Okay, it's as simple as that. Let's take it through slow motion, your chorus. I'm going to take the first line just to get a sort of used to the concept and get a bit of a better angle over here. You can see left and right hand together. 1, 2, 3, 4, and second line. And you can hear the sound of that C7. It just works so cool. So what I like about the song, other than the vocals are incredibly good, it's a really nice song. You have to be quite a good singer to sing this one. The rhythm parts are really, really cool. So there's some nice new chords, the D6, C major 7, C7, B7, and that damping technique. Okay, so to sign off, I want to do the chorus one more time. I want you to play along with me, the entire chorus, and watch out for that stop in the fourth line. Are you ready? E minor in place. 1, 2, 3, 4, and... two and 3 and 4 and then you're back to the a cappella. And a cappella is basically a terminology when you sing without instrument accompaniment. I'm not going to sing because you're obviously not going to watch any more videos, but listen to the original. Katie Tunstall got a really nice voice, really nice song. It's got sort of almost like a country folk sort of pop vibe the whole way through. So I hope you enjoyed the song. We don't need cappas for it, all open chords. I thought of trying bar chords, but the bar chords didn't sound cool. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed the song. Have lots of fun with it and have a cool week. Thank you.